So I wanted to make a little log about the progress on like the album that I'm working on. This is like I think my third or fourth like time to like sit down. I'm excited because like I'm getting to be kind of early. I'm planning on doing like 45 minutes to an hour of like trying to get the first guitar part of Night Watch 1 down. If I can get that down and tracked, like with two guitars, I'm going to be looking at trying to do like a bass line and then looking at writing the next section and figuring out kind of what that's going to be like. I know it's going to have drums, but I'm not sure. The other thing is I want to get into sound design. I think I'm planning on doing a section where I use a lot of Arturia pigments, and I think it's better to really learn and delve kind of deep into the preset before just kind of like laying down a track with it. So I think I'm gonna like rewatch the tutorial, and after I rewatch the tutorial, I'm going to try to make my own presets and maybe work. I think you can do stuff with MIDI triggers. I want to work with like creating sort of like soft, like lush sounds as well as kind of like harsh industrial sounds. Just because I think you kind of want to get both perspectives. So that's pretty much what I'm going to work on today. I don't expect that I'll be like kind of getting a lot of usable material. I do want to be careful with my right hand because I've been doing a lot more tremolo picking than I usually do, and I want to like build endurance rather than like injure myself. So I did take some time to roll out my tendons, and hopefully that's going to prevent like a lot of injury. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. And I don't know, I just want to make these kind of short videos. I think it's going to be fun. So it'll allow me to kind of organize my thoughts. Okay, so I finished. It was a long pause. Okay, so I finished the session. It's been about 2.5 hours, which I think is a pretty good amount of time, from about 7 p.m. to 9:30. This isn't like my job. I'm not trying to make this into an exercise of misery. Like, I want to get the project done, but I also don't want to burn out on it. So I think I said this already, but I was more productive than I thought it would be. I managed to get to, I'd say, like demo quality guitar tracks for that original thing. I'm going to think about the bass line. Obviously, I have this like extreme shredder bass. That was like, I'm borrowing it from my dad. I guess he had some kind of impulse buy. This thing is crazy. But I haven't played a bass since like middle school, so I'm kind of excited for that. I also did work on the sound design project. I didn't really end up playing too much with pigments. Not pigments. With whatever. The Arturia granular effect. I played with it a little bit. And I had some inspiration where I was messing around with a grain shape and a bandpass filter with my synth voice that's kind of stuttery. And I got this very voice-like sound in some of the upper frequencies with the bandpass. And I was playing this melody that it's like do, sol, do, re, mi, fa, sol, do, sol, mi, fa, sol, re. And it reminded me Um, and I don't necessarily know why, but it reminded me of a part of the movie The Double Life of Veronique, where you get like this beautiful like image of like, I forgot the actress's name. She's also in Three Colors, but she's like very like to me, um, like very very beautiful, and she's like singing, and it's like this moment of like peace and like joy, and it's really wonderful. Um, and I was thinking of like trying to capture that with the synthesizer, and like you're getting like a glimmer of like hearing like this like joyful like young women's chorus through thing. So I've been writing, this kind of like, so I wrote down some, I'd say this is about half of what I want written. I kind of want like a ternary form. So I'd say I've written like the A section ish, maybe like there's like a phrase left. It has an interesting modulation. This is a rare enharmonic modulation to the parallel minor using 5/7 of 6 is the pivot, and then the G sharp becomes an A flat. We're in C, so we're in C major. There's like an E7, and then you use the G sharp as a pivot, kind of, to become an A flat, which then goes to like an F minor, which I think is interesting. And then you just use that as a pivot, and now you're in E flat major. So it's not the parallel minor, it's the relative minor of the parallel minor. So C major to E flat major modulation, I think that's cool. And so yeah, it's going to be like a ternary form. You get an organ piece, and then that gets like digitally manipulated. And then I feel like that term always does a lot of work, and I have to figure out what that means. I think it just means using the one plugin that I have that can do granular, and doing a ton of automation on it, and really like getting to know it, understanding it. Hi, my name's June. What's your name? I keep on blanking on the name. It's not Pigments, because that's a synth. But yeah. So far, I think I did a lot of productive stuff. It actually feels really good to like write music notation, and I don't know. I guess I'm excited for the rest of the project.